what's going on? Hope y'all are having a good one. I know it's been a while since I made a video, but I've had nothing but technical difficulties, specifically with my camera. My chin mount broke. It didn't even break, it just fell off. And so I restuck it, shot the video, like half of the video, it fell off. So I stuck it back on again and put super glue on it, thinking, you know, that's not going anywhere. Literally got on the bike, made one turn, and it fell off. So I was like, all right. So I tried it again with double tape and super glue all the way around it, like on the outside edge. Wouldn't you know it, got on the interstate, the camera literally fell off, and before when it fell off, it was held on by my microphone. Well, when I fell off on the interstate, it completely fell off, and I literally was able to catch it on the bike running at 75, 80 mile an hour down the interstate. How I caught it, I have no idea. Ninja reflexes, I guess. Now, I've tried it again. We'll see how long it lasts. I'm just not going to get on the interstate, I guess, until, you know, I have confidence in it. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for staying tuned. I haven't really lost any subscribers, surprisingly, even when I haven't been on in over a week. And I've actually had more comments asking when I was going to do another video. So that's awesome to know that people actually care about seeing my videos. So you know who you are. Thank you guys. Greatly appreciate it. And I haven't went anywhere. I just, like I said, I've been dealing with technical difficulty after technical difficulty. So there's that. But make sure you guys like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Without further ado, let's get into the video. I've been saying I'm going to do a 5,000 mile review. Today's the day. I'm going to do a 5,000 mile review. And I'm going to kind of keep track of, you know, what I'm talking about. I'm going to do like a scoring. I'm going to keep up with everything, and at the end there'll be like an overall score as far as my 5,000 mile review goes. And like I said, 5,000 mile review. I bought the bike with 2,900 miles on it. It has 7,899 miles right now. So we'll call it 5,000 miles anyway. And 8,000 miles for the bike, 5,000 miles for me. We'll just say that anyway. The first thing I want to go over, I'll do 4 different categories. Performance will be one category. Another category will be handling. The third category will be comfort, and the third category will be ergonomics, and the fourth category will be comfort. Some people might say, you know, comfort and ergonomics go together. They kind of do, they kind of don't. To me, when I say ergonomics, I mean like feet position, sitting position, handlebar position, controls, things like that. Comfort is how comfortable I am riding the bike. It'll be based more on, you know, things like the seat, the sitting position as far as comfort goes. A little bit different than ergonomics to me, but to each their own. So first off, let's talk about the performance of the bike. I like the performance of the bike. I am bored of it. I mean, I'll go ahead and tell you that now. It's a little bit on the slow side when you're on an open highway like this. You feel like you're, I don't know, you feel like the bike's struggling more than what it should. But as far as curves, twisties, any of that, I would take this bike all day long. In a hairpin turn, it's going to do everything you need it to do. Top speed is awesome. I mean, you can run 100 miles an hour on this bike, no problem, all day long. It's going to be running 9, 10, 11,000 RPM, but it will do it. You can keep up on the interstate, no problem. You're not going to win a race against any other bike, in my opinion, unless you're running like a 125, 250 of ROM, something like that. Sure, you'll be able to beat them in a race, but that's nothing to brag about. You're not going to be racing a Honda Civic because you're going to get your doors blown off. A stock Civic will probably outrun this bike at top end. The top end's nothing to brag about. Top end, I'd probably give it like a 3.5 to a 3 to 4 out of 10. As far as the torque, the gearing, no complaints whatsoever. The torque is phenomenal. I mean, when you're banging gears 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 even, it feels good. It feels like it's pulling. It feels like it's doing what it's supposed to. I was actually kind of surprised at how much power the bike has. I didn't really expect it to have much power, and to be honest, it really doesn't have a lot of power, but the gearing is made for acceleration, so you feel like the bike's doing more than what it is. At least I do. I mean, it'll pull you back first, second, third, no problem. The transmission, clutch, everything is awesome. I'm not going to get into technical details as far as what's what, but everything works like it should. As far as I don't even know what else you would want me to talk about, but the power is there, but it's not. You have all the power you could need, but not the power you want. I mean, you're going to get bored of the bike after, 4,000 or 5,000 miles, especially if you ride it every single day like I do. You may get bored of it fairly quickly, but I would say one good season of riding and you're going to want to upgrade. That being said, I wouldn't necessarily start on a 600. You need to probably take baby steps, get a 300, whatever, 300, 400, pick your poison. Start out on something like that, get used to your ergonomics, your controls, riding the bike, all that good stuff. Because I'm going to tell you now, I wrecked the bike on the tail of the Dragon, and if I'd been on a 600, I probably would have hurt myself. But not only that, my pride would have been hurt. It would have really sucked to have wrecked a $12,000 bike a month after owning it. That being said, the price of this bike, it's replaceable. I hate to say it like that, but it is. I mean, it's a $4,000 bike all day long. And I'm not going to act like I have $4,000 laying around, but at the same time, if something happens to the bike, it's going to be a lot easier for me to replace than it would be a $12,000 bike. But yeah, as far as the power goes, I would definitely give it, somewhere between a 3 and a 4 out of 10. It's not overdone, but it's the perfect amount for a beginner. Now, secondly, let's talk about the handling. The handling on this bike, absolutely flawless. I have no complaints about the handling. You can make sharp, quick maneuvers, and it's so easy to control. Yes, I wrecked it, I know. Crap happens, but that has more to do with my, what's that, NOS Camaro? That has more to do with my level of expertise, my experience. That's what that falls on. I mean, I only had 1,000 miles under my belt. I shouldn't have been doing what I was doing. But as far as the handling of the bike itself, having more experience, I've realized how much you can do with this bike around corners, maneuvers, like something being in the road. I mean, it's so easy to, you can really maneuver the bike around. You can move it around, you can do whatever you need to do. It's not hard to move around on the road. I did upgrade the tires. I put water tires on it. I think I put 160s on the rear, 120s, either 120s or 140s on the front. I upgraded the size on both, and that made a world of difference. But you can go back and watch my most recent video at the tail of the Dragon. I think it was probably 4 or 5 videos back, and you can see how much better the bike performs with me having experience versus me not having experience. I mean, I was able to take corners, turns, maneuver the bike, all that good stuff. So as far as a beginner goes, I definitely recommend this bike for maneuverability, because you're going to be in situations to where you have to make sound judgment decisions, and if you have a bike that's not going to turn as easy, you're going to be in a lot worse of a predicament than you are with a bike that you can navigate very easily. I mean, there's no weight to this bike. And that goes, I'll go ahead and go into braking as well, on kind of in between performance, I guess, and handling. Your brakes, they're not great, let's be honest, but for the bike that you're riding, you're not going to be going fast. I mean, you can go 100 miles an hour on this bike, don't get me wrong, but but you don't need any crazy Ducati style Brembo brakes, nothing like that. It suffices for what it is, and you're not gonna overdo the brakes, but they're not gonna undercut you as well. Like if this car slammed on their brakes, I would have plenty of time to slow down and maneuver to get out of the situation. They're alright. The brakes, they're alright. They're not great. They're not bad. They're just the right size for the bike. I'll say that. It's a small bike. You get small brakes. The brakes stop the bike. Nothing to complain about. Could they be better? Yes. They could be better, but I've never had an issue with them. I've heard of a lot of people wanting to upgrade them or wishing they had been built with bigger brakes, but to each their own. I'm not worried about it. So, next we'll talk about the ergonomics. As far as controls go, as far as seating position and all that, it's awesome. The levers, you'll notice I've changed those out. If you didn't see my video, I changed the levers out. I put adjustables. I felt like they were too far out, in my opinion, to actually cover, because you know everybody says you should cover the brakes and clutch, especially in twisties or high speed top situations. You should be covering. I agree, obviously, but in order to do that, I noticed the palm of my hands and like around my fingers would start cramping, where I'm like way up here on a stalk versus I'm being back here in a comfortable sit spot. So I would definitely change these out if you know you're going to be doing any kind of excessive riding and you don't feel comfortable like covering your levers, which I would say most people don't that are going to be riding this bike, because I'm kind of a bigger guy to be riding this bike, to be honest with you. Aside from that, the throttle, crappy. Worst throttle I've ever seen. And I don't have much experience, but I would say the guys that have a lot of experience and have rode one, either a R3 or MT-03, either one, they're gonna tell you the same thing. This throttle absolutely sucks. But I will tell you, so normally on your stock throttle tube, it's like a half of a full rotation. So in order to get your full rotation, I would actually have to turn the throttle, hold it, and get another pull on it. I did not like that at all, because it felt like you couldn't get the pull you needed. And yes, it's probably better for a beginner rider because you're not going to give it too much throttle accidentally, but at the same time, if you need to get out of a hairy situation, you're going to be tied up trying to grab more throttle if you have to accelerate out of a situation. Whereas with Mon, you know, I get the full pull with just that motion right there. And I mean, I can just grab it and go. I don't have to deal with BS and all that good stuff. Let's talk about those brakes. As far as seating position goes, let's talk about the ergonomics of it, not the comfort of it. Seating position, for me, it's a little uncomfortable. I mean, I'm grabbing the tank. My legs get sore after a while. I'm a bigger guy. If you're 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", or even smaller, you're going to be a lot more comfortable than what I am. I'm 6 foot tall and overweight, we'll just say that. I'm not going to say how heavy I am. Y'all don't care about that, but I'm big for the bike, we'll say that. And I would say I'm at the max capacity as far as size goes for the bike to be comfortable. And I probably look unproportional to other people looking in, but whatever. It's comfortable to me as far as the ergonomics. And another thing I like about it is you can sit straight up. You're not forced to lean, none of that. I mean, you're not forced to a specific like seating position. You can sit straight up as if you're riding on a cruiser. And not only that, but you Sorry, that dog got me tripped out. You can sit straight up, you can be comfortable, you can lean back as far as you want to lean back. You can, like I said, sit straight up. Feet are probably, I wouldn't say Nandi, but probably very close to Nandi. But a lot of the times I get uncomfortable sitting straight up because of health problems, whatever, back issues, whatever. Not gonna get into that. We're talking, that's a different video. But I can get uncomfortable usually sitting straight up. So what I'll do is toe on the pegs, scoot my back backward, and lean forward for more comfort. And that's usually how I end up riding. Just kind of lean forward a little bit. The only thing is you got an extra motion to get to your foot controls, but it's not a big deal. Once you do it a while, you get used to it. So to me, the ergonomics are great. Controls are great, but you got to upgrade. You got to upgrade to get what you want. You got to make it your own. I didn't like the stock levers. I didn't like the stock tires. I didn't like the stock throttle tube. I had issues there. So I upgraded and I got what I wanted. So again, parts for this bike are not expensive. They're pretty cheap. You can buy everything on Amazon. I think I paid $36 for the levers, like $29 for the throttle tube. This stuff's not expensive at all. You can get it on Amazon. It's your first bike, most likely your starter bike, or something you're just riding around town or back and forth to work, whatever. You're getting good gas mileage. Whether it's your first bike or not, you can get things pretty cheap and not have to worry about it, and upgrade it to the way you want it to be. And there's maneuverability as far as the seating position. I have no complaints. You know, to each their own. I'll just say that there's a lot about this bike that, you know, you're gonna have to get it and make your own personal decisions as to what you do and don't like about it. Oh, this curve's a lot sharper than I anticipated. That goes back into the handling. I was able to keep it in my lane and make adjustments for the turn. You're not going to be able to do that on a bigger bike, in my opinion. Or not as easily do it, I should say. The last thing I wanted to talk about is comfort. I kind of touched on it with ergonomics, but comfort is where it's at. It's different for me than ergonomics. Ergonomics are comfort and easeability of use versus comfort in riding. Completely different in my opinion. So getting into comfort, as far as the comfortability of the bike, I'm a bigger guy, so you're gonna have to take that into consideration too. As far as sitting on the bike, and I know a lot of people will agree with me with this, if you've had the MT-03 and maybe the R3, I'm not 100% sure. I know it's a big problem with the MT-03. Sitting on it, it's extremely comfortable. No complaints. You can sit on it and you're going to be extremely comfortable. It's a good riding position. Seat's comfortable. It's soft. No big deal. Awesome. No complaints. Now, let's talk about when you ride the bike. Not just sitting on it in the dealership, in the AC. Let's talk about riding it. The worst experience, in my opinion. Absolutely worst experience. The seat is so ungodly uncomfortable. I can't even describe it. After 45 minutes, you're ready to get off the bike because you're done for. You're absolutely done for. The seat is so uncomfortable. Yeah, it feels soft for like the first few minutes, but after you've rode for, I'd say 45 minutes. I've been on it for 30 now and I'm starting to get uncomfortable. But your butt hurts after riding this thing for a few minutes. They make upgraded seats with added padding that you can get and upgrade it, and it's supposed to be better. I haven't done so. It's kind of expensive. And like y'all probably all know, I'm ready to trade the bike in. It'll probably be next spring for sure. So I'm not really too worried about changing the seat out. If I trade it in, it's not going to make a difference. If I sold it as a personal sale, like I just sold it outright to somebody, I'd probably get more out of it having an upgraded seat, just because how bad the seat is. But I'm not too worried about it. That being said, I hope I don't get pulled over. I've been pulled over one too many times. I'm trying to fix my backpack. The strap keeps slapping me in the neck. Anyway, what I was saying, comfort, the seat, terrible. Like, if I could give it a negative score, I would. Now, as far as comfort of riding the bike, other than the seat, not too bad. The seating position's a little off for me. Your handlebars are kind of straight as opposed to being curved in towards you a little bit, which I think would be more comfortable. But that comes with the bars. That comes with bars as opposed to having like your sport bikes, how the handlebars are curved with the stems. But it is what it is. My hands cramp up a little bit after riding for a while, but I don't know, that's probably arthritis or something. I ain't worried about it. That might not even be the bike's fault, it might just be me, I don't know. But overall, the comfort of the bike, as far as riding it, if not for the seat, it's decent. With the seat, I give it a terrible score. So overall, go down the list. I'll put it over here, like on the left of the screen, and I'll try and keep up with it as I grade it. But first, we talked about the performance. I'd give the performance a 7 out of 10, just because it's not fast. I mean, it's fast enough, it does what you need it to do, but I'd give it a 7 out of 10 only because I feel like it could be a little bit faster, like kind of keep up with the 400 class, or, you know, whatever. But again, it is what it is. As far as the what do we talk about next? The handling. As far as the handling goes, I would give it every bit of a 9, if not a 10. I'd probably give it a 9, just because they should have put bigger tires on it from the factory. I had to upgrade the tires, so there is that. So let's give the handling a 9, only because it handles like a hoss. I mean, you can see I can literally handle the bike no problem, but I wish they would have put bigger tires on it from the factory. Ergonomics, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 for the sole fact that I love the ergonomics of the bike, but I had to upgrade everything. I mean, I had to upgrade the throttle, I had to upgrade the throttle, or the levers, I had to upgrade the tires. The seating position's only okay. It could be better. We'll give it a 6 out of 10. The ergonomics aren't too bad. I think I get ergonomics and comfort kind of combined. We'll give the ergonomics a 6 out of 10. And then as far as the comfort, I'm gonna give it a 1, just because it's insanely uncomfortable to ride for a long period of time. And that's, you know, the seat. If it wasn't for the seat, it would be perfectly fine. But the seat is a loss in my opinion. And I'm just being brutally honest. Somebody wanted me to get off and ride around. Oh, that's a nice little fishing spot. Heck yeah, I'll have to mark that on the map. Somebody wanted me to walk around and kind of do my exhaust. It's beautiful still. Love it. My back wheel's cleaner because they cleaned it when they did the tire. But everything's pretty much stock, other than, you know, I got the levers. There's a little bit of slop in them, but for $30, what do you expect? But they're supposed to do this, but this is not okay. $30, not a big deal. Whatever. This guy broke when I wrecked, so I don't have a fender on it. So there's that. Not a big deal, whatever. Except when you're riding in the rain, it splashes up in your lap. That sucks. I did that at the wreck. My light's loose, so it kind of just does whatever it wants to do. I bolted it back in, but I think I'm still missing something, because it shouldn't do that. whatever. First bike, first experience, no big deal. Did this scuff job. She's got some battle wounds, no big deal. The fairing that goes here, whatever you want to call it, I had to take it off when I did my exhaust because it was rubbing really bad. But what else did I do? I broke this, but it just caught the chain here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Caught the chain here, so it scuffed that up, bent this bolt, ended up bending it back out so it wasn't rubbing. Oh, I know what I did, but I changed my exhaust out. I was in a bank parking lot trying to go in a spot you're not supposed to go, but a motorcycle will fit in between like a drainage, and the bike fit, but the exhaust didn't. And well, that's scuffed up from putting it on because it's a eBay POS, but it scraped my exhaust. That's why I ended up deciding to change the exhaust. These battle axes, I like the Diablos better. I think they perform better. But I was also running the Diablos when it was 90 degrees outside. It's currently like 50. So that might have something to do with it. Not a fan. I just changed the rear and now I'm going to have to change the front. But yeah, that's the bike. All the little nicks and crannies and scratches and scrapes and new biker boy stuff. My license plate keeps getting creases in it. I don't know if it's from the wind or what, but I just keep getting creases in it. So there's that. If you know, you know. I might have been raging at some point. But yeah, that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed the little walk around. I think that's the first time I've actually done a walk around video. It was fun. I'm probably gonna go ahead and wrap the video up here because, you know, it's probably a long video anyway. I've been recording for almost 40 minutes, I think, and I'll still have to edit it and all that good stuff. I still gotta get home before it gets dark. I don't have any visor, nothing like that, like clear visor. I still have my tinted visor. My headlight don't work for crap because, well, you just seen I damaged it when I wrecked. Whatever. It is what it is. You get used to it after a while. But I'm going to go ahead and end the video there. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I usually upload daily. I've got off the wagon here lately, but hopefully now that I got my camera situated, or at least it seems to be situated, I'm going to go back to uploading regular videos. It's starting to get chilly out here. I'd say it's probably every bit of 50 degrees right now. So videos may be few and far in between as we end the season, but I want to get you guys as much content out as I can and continue to make good videos, good content. If you guys have anything you want me to go over, or if you feel like I missed anything, let me know. I love doing videos as much as possible that involve you guys' comments. I always reply. But again, just comment down below if you have any comments, concerns, or complaints. I love hearing y'all's feedback. And like I said, I always reply to you guys' comments. If I see them, sometimes I miss them, but usually I go back over my unread and I come across them. But again, thank you guys for watching. Staying tuned. I'm coming back. I'm going to be making more content in the future. I know I took a little bit of a break, but you have to bear with me. I did have technical difficulties, and I do my videos pretty much as soon as I put them in. So there is that. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap the video up here. If you did like the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And I'm still trying to get it 1,000. I'd like to get to it by the end of the year, but where I took my little break for about a week and a half, I think I kind of messed that up. That's alright. We're a growing channel, but it is what it is. Thank you guys. Come back for the next one. But till next time, peace.